So we're at Quayside at the moment, the Golden Globe race. I nearly said the Ocean Globe race. Got that on my head because this is actually Explorer. This is Don's boat. I was skippered for the Ocean Globe race by Mark Sinclair, Captain Coconut. So they got their boat ready in Portsmouth, or Gosport, last year sometime, so she's nicely, beautifully fitted out and ready to go, and I think had a few more things to do for the Ocean Globe race, but I think she's looking in good shape. So yeah, that's a beautiful boat. That's a Swan 57. She's a cracker. Gosh, how pretty that is. I think there might actually be spaces on board for a couple of legs of the Ocean Globe race if anybody's interested. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. So hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. But coming up front here is one of the actual hot contenders for the Golden Globe race title. This is Damien. He's just won the prologue race. So it was 2 days, 190 miles I think it was. And this is an absolutely beautiful boat. If you saw the footage, Don's footage, he came in with an absolutely massive spinnaker and was going hell for leather. Jonathan was on the horizon behind him, so what does that make it? Sort of 5-6 nautical miles. But yeah, so Damien I'm very keen to get some time with, find out a little bit more about him and how he's prepared his boat. This is a beautiful hard dodger. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous hard dodger. Pretty wide, so it gives him a lot of cover, but not a huge amount of windage for going upwind. So it's got that beautiful, almost Formula One racing car style cockpit, maybe sort of, I don't know, Le Mans style. Anyway, let's see if he's on board. I think Damien is currently being interviewed. He's probably up in the office being interviewed. Anyway, let's take a walk over to Colm's boat. Unfortunately, Colm didn't make the cut-off for arriving in Les Sables d'Olonne, so he's been relegated to 2030, which is a shame for him. I'm sure he's gutted, but Colm, if you don't remember, was part of the Skeleton Crew Adventures team for Godspeed with Taylor and Mark and all the team that I was working with for the Ocean Globe race. So yeah, Colm was one of the team there. We'll see if we can catch him quickly. He's got a beautiful boat, Tayana 37. I'd love one of those. Yeah, so here's Colm's boat. This is a lovely boat. Like I said, Tayana 37. This is a lovely boat. That beautiful bowsprit and this clinker style hull. It's actually molded into the GRP. So this is the little sister of the Tayana 42. Some of you might remember from sailing Millennial Falcon, I think it was called. A young Australian couple, an English couple. Colm is not sleeping on board at the moment, I think, with a disappointment. He's checked into a hotel locally. So yeah, entrant number 82. Gosh, a beautiful boat. It's such a shame that he didn't make it on time. I'm sure he's gutted, but we'll have a chance to catch up with him. Did this. I don't know if that's standard configuration, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't. So it's a wheel, but it's built on backwards onto some kind of binnacle that seems to be connected directly to the rudder. So it's obviously got some kind of beveled gear in there, I imagine so, that then works absolutely directly on the rudder post. That's cool. And then this is also another cool feature, the gallows. So if you're out doing the Golden Globe race for 9 months and doing the Atlantic and the Southern Ocean and back up the Atlantic, I can't imagine you use the gallows much. But it's certainly a cool feature. I might actually consider that. I've been thinking about something like that for Sibongile, but I can't see much use for it offshore, but certainly in port, that's a pretty cool feature. Let's go up and talk to this guy. He's flying some flags. So quite keen to see. He hasn't got a number on or anything, and the boat looks about 32 foot. Let's quickly talk to him. Wow, what an interesting guy, Christopher. He's an entrant for 2030. He's been here since sometime in July. I think the middle of July. He's been helping Don with a few things. Helped Don bring his boat down. Yeah, lovely guy. He's got an interesting story which we'll find out a little bit later on, no doubt. But let me show you something quickly. So here on the dock side, on the harbour side, they got this walk of fame, all the skippers who are taking part. I'm not sure what the order is, but I'll call out some of the notable ones. So we've got Helga, the only female entrant this year in the field. So no doubt hoping to repeat the success of Kirsten Neuschafer. Kirsten, of course, my compatriot, and did rather well. Super proud. Yeah, so only female skipper. Fingers crossed for her. And then we've got Damien. Not a great picture. I'll try and get it. So that's Damien. Damien skipper, boat number 85. So he is the winner of the prologue, and by the looks of things, absolutely hell-bent on winning this thing. So we'll see. My money was going to be on anyone, barring any breakages. I think Damien's a good shout. Henry is second, and obviously from England, given the flag. Young looks like he is army officer from the inscription. It's in French. No, my French isn't great. So he's on a Cape George 36. Actually, Damien's on a Rustler 36. So they're always a good boat. Good shout. So yeah, loads of good names here. Got Louis. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? We got Ertan, who's Turkish, also from England. Pat Lawless. There's a name that people would recognise. So one of the veterans in the class. So I think this is his third one. Also sailing a Saltram Saga 36, same as the young Norwegian lady. So this is a gentleman that I'm actually very keen to interview. He's Turkish. Apparently he speaks 5 languages, and English is definitely no problem. So he's on an Endurance 35. It's one of the boats that I looked at. But Endurance 35, his boat, interestingly, is called Help Disabled Children. And I think he's a doctor, a medical doctor. He's Dr. Salim Yeltsin. So I'm very keen to talk to him, find out what that's all about. But yeah, noble cause, very good. Asa from Canada, Italian, Matt Woodside, also on a Cape George 36. Looks like we've got a few of them. There's another Rustler 36, Cape George 36, Baba 35. Very interesting boats, the Baba 35s. And then we got Colm, just covered him a second ago on his Tayana 37 with the weird wheel. And Guy de Boer. Guy has been also a veteran of the Golden Globe race. So I think he's on his third one now, by the sounds of things. And then we got Etienne Gunnar Christensen, also on a Hans Christian at 34. Yeah, so if you're in the area, definitely pop down and see this. Very cool. Anyway, let's take another walk down on the dock and see if we can see Damien. He wasn't there. And Colm as well, apparently he was here this morning. Needed to do some washing or throw some trash away, and then wasn't seen again. So we'll hopefully catch him at some point soon. So just managed to catch Damien, and we are lining up our first of the interviews. I've organised that via his manager, Seb. Hopefully we'll be able to do something either tomorrow evening or sometime on Thursday. So that'll be good. This is going to be interesting because he's absolutely in it to win it. They've confirmed that they are going to be running this boat to the max. Big sails, big sail trim, running it aggressive. So yeah, all good. And then, as mentioned, spoke to Christopher. He's entrant for 2030. So I haven't organised anything with Christopher yet, but he seems a really, really nice guy. Interesting boat, German built. Seems a really good stern hung rudder, tiller steering. He's got a bench seat on the back. So anyway, yeah, quite keen to meet him and find out what he's about. Hear his story. It's going to be interesting. So I'm not sure how many of the other entrants we'll be able to meet today. The expectation was that they would start arriving tomorrow. Damien obviously arrived first, and then Jonathan is arriving next. The thing that's going on at the moment is that they're sort of checking the navigation and the trackers to make sure that they went around the waypoint. It was sort of an out and back by the looks of things. And some of the entrants were DQ'd because of having turned, not necessarily not sailed the full distance, but just not having actually rounded the waypoint. So be interesting to see how the cookie crumbles with all of that. But certainly that needs to be done for everyone. It'll be interesting to see who the outright line honours goes to for the prologue. But yeah, Damien certainly absolutely the fastest of everyone so far. All right, excellent. Meeting Christopher tomorrow at just after 7. He said, "Don't come at 7, come at 7:02." So we'll come at 7:02. So anyway, yeah. So we'll do that tomorrow evening. I'm looking forward to that. He sounds like a fascinating guy. While I was up in the office, we've got another competitor come in. No doubt the crew will be around pretty shortly. Anyway, I'm going to head down there. See, I think that's Jonathan. So just back at the apartment. Had a fairly good round up to the afternoon. Managed to speak to Colm Walker, and then also had a longer conversation with Jonathan. And so Colm and I are going to meet for breakfast tomorrow morning. And then we are going to also get some time with Jonathan. So that'll be good. And then some of the other sailors, competitors came in. I need to familiarise myself with who they are. But that was good. But overall, really good. I had a long conversation with Colm. So that was really nice. Had a catch up after how he's recovered from his base jumping accident from the Ocean Globe race. So we're going to have a longer catch up tomorrow. So that'll be good, and we'll check out his boat and what preparations he's done, and a little bit more about the sort of solo aspect of the sailing. So yeah, it's all starting to come together. It's looking in really good shape. So like I said before, post your questions in the comments. We've got some really good questions. In fact, we've got some teenagers that have asked some really good questions about injuries and can you swim off your boat if it's calm? You know, do you ever take a chance, tether yourself, hop in the water to cool off, even if you're doing 3 knots? So loads of good questions. All sorts of things from what music do you listen to, and those kind of. It's really good. So ask your questions, post them in the comments below. Anyway, like, follow, subscribe, all that, and we'll hopefully be starting the interviews tomorrow.